Hi, my name is Singapore and this is my story. My life began as a British colony like most countries around the world, and I was able to break free from British rule and become a part of Malaysia until I gained independence from them in 1965. Now I'm currently a city-state found in Southeast Asia in the Northern Hemisphere, just below Malaysia and near Indonesia. Also, because I'm in the tropical zone, I very hot and humid weather, something my people are not too fond about. Moving on, I'm a very small country with a land area of only about 278.6 square miles. That's smaller than New York City. Because of this, I don't really have a capital or any other city in that matter. However, some may consider Singapore as my capital. This means I don't follow the rank size rule or the primate city rule, and I don't have a foreign capital. Speaking of urban land use, I follow the Southeast Asian model created by McGee. Here you can see the influence of my port, which is my main economic center. There's also the presence of high-class and urban residential areas. Adding on to my economic aspect, I'm considered a core and a more developed country, or MDC, with an HDI of 0.932, which is ranked 9th out of the whole world. This is something I am very proud of. I am also a very wealthy country, with my GDP per capita being $94,100 and my G&I being an astonishing $323.907 billion. Because I'm so rich and industrialized, my agricultural labor percentage is practically at 0%, my industrial percentage is at 24.8%, and my service jobs take up 75.2%. In addition, my GII score is 0.067. Something else that I am proud of is that I'm also highly educated, with students attending school for 16 years and a literacy rate of 97%. However, even with my highly educated citizens, I have a wide range amount of environmental concerns, such as water pollution, industrial pollution, limited natural freshwater resources, limited land availability, air pollution and deforestation. Ashram on the map, my size is small and an official microstate, but I have a population of 5,995,901. This leads to my relatively high population density of 20,212. Sadly, my population growth is decreasing, with a NIR of 0.53% and a DFR of 0.84. Taking all these rates into consideration, this is what I look like as a population pyramid. Visually looking at this, it appears that I am the stage 5 country according to the demographic transition model as seen on the pyramid. My life expectancy is very high, with most people living up to around 85.5 years. My IMR is 2.3 out of 1,000 and my MMR is 10 out of 100,000, also seen here on my low birth and death rates, with my CBR being 8.27 out of 1,000 and my CDR being 3.5 out of 1,000. Because of this low birth rate, long life expectancy and bulge found on my pyramid, my dependency ratio is unfavorable. Soon enough I'll have too many dependents and not enough people my working age group, leading to serious economic issues. Oh no, what will I ever do? One cause of my decreasing population is the growing number of my people who are emigrating. Many of them migrating are highly skilled workers in banking, medicine, engineering, etc. In addition, there are people who are pursuing first degree or postgraduate studies overseas. Sadly, a result of this, it shows that there are limited opportunities in me, and many younger citizens are searching for freedom outside of me. Now let's talk about my cultural makeup. My 3 most spoken languages are English, Chinese and Malay, and my 3 most practiced religions are Buddhism, Christianity and Islam. Regarding my languages, are no extinct, revived or preserved ones. My people have very unique cultural characteristics as well. Some of my traditional clothing I have are Cheongsam, which is a floral dress, and a sarong kebaya, a floral blouse. Some of my popular foods include chili crab and Haiwanese chicken rice. My houses are typically large and luxurious because I'm so rich, or they are high-rise apartments to maximize my small amount of land. Traditionally, my music sounds like this. Music. Currently I have no conflicts occurring in me, but before there was an active ethnic cleansing known as the Super Qing Massacre. This was when the Japanese Imperial Army, known as the Kemptai, conducted a massacre against the Chinese. The main reason the Japanese wanted to conduct this was to eliminate hostile trades, more specifically those targeted were those born in China, then moved to me. Suspected communists, wealthy Chinese that had gone into Chinese causes, men with tattoos who they believed to be gangsters, civil servants, those that served with defense forces, members of any party or movement perceived as anti-Japanese, and those that own weapons others are deemed suspicious were also journalists, teachers, intellectuals, and those that served with the British. An estimated 70,000 people were killed during this massacre. Sadly, this was a really rough time for me. Switching over to my political counterpart, I'm a parliamentary republic run by President Helene Mayaka, my first female president. and Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. Because of my leaders I am ranked as partly free on the Freedom Index with a score of 51 out of 100, as I supposedly limit people's freedom of assembly, association and expression. Similarly, I have a press freedom score 151 out of 180 because apparently suing critical journalists and being able to censor any content I want is not free. Now let's talk about my IRA culture characteristics. Because I'm so tiny I do not have a lot of space for agriculture and growing crops. However, I do produce some vegetables, poultry, eggs, fish and orchids. Due to my lack of agriculture I sadly do not specialize in any type. That I have the ability to save myself from this mess. Regarding the environment, I'm known to being one of the cleanest places in the world mainly due to my wealth, but I do have issues regarding air pollution. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed.